Hey, welcome back to Willis Show. I am Jason Willis. To my immediate left, I would be more than happy to tell the YouTube universe about my lovely new co-host, Miss Haven. How are you, dear?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm excellent. I'm always excellent when I'm in the studio. I feel better here than trying to do these things at home with my dogs running around and my grandchildren running around. I'm losing my voice already this morning. Afternoon. Can we edit that out? All right. Haven, if you just want to tell the viewers a little bit about yourself, because they don't know you. Haven is the new Will, the upgraded, much improved, on-time Will. Will, I love you, but...
I don't know. I don't even know what to say about myself. I don't have much to say.
What do you do? What are your hobbies?
I like to go out, and I like to drink a lot.
Honest.
I like to hang out with my friends, and I'm a homebody most of the time, though. I only go out every so often. And then I have a dog and 2 cats, and they drive me crazy. They're like kids.
You have a nephew. You're a kid person, aren't you?
Oh yeah, I love my nephew to death.
You're a little Cash, yeah.
And then
she's cool.
They have a daughter coming.
Oh my gosh.
I have a niece, yeah.
Oh, I didn't know. Oh, or maybe I heard and I forgot.
Yeah, she'll be doing
I'm an old
August.
Man, so
I'm excited about that.
Yeah, awesome.
Yeah.
So, are you excited to do some YouTubing and some podcasting type? Well, you know what? I get mad. People, especially my detractors who've been calling this a podcast. This is not a podcast anymore. This is a YouTube show. A show. So if you're gonna put me down, at least be proper. I'm sorry. I get pretty hype. I get excited sometimes when I do this. I try to be as laid back as possible, but it doesn't always work.
Yeah, I'm excited. It's something new for me to do.
Yeah, absolutely. So, glad you're here.
Thank you.
So, So when I contacted you, I'm just gonna full disclosure, okay? I asked a lot of girls. Well, I say a lot. Not dozens, but like I asked a few, and they were friends of mine, and for whatever reason, they just weren't interested. Maybe they didn't want to be on camera,
right?
Or I had another young lady that's just like, I don't know you. What made you say yes?
Well, I've tried to get into YouTube before,
yeah,
but I just never followed through with it. And then I like to be in front of the camera.
Awesome.
So
yeah.
I like taking pictures and videos and everything.
Yeah, you do a lot of that. That's why I thought you might be. That's why I thought you might be a good choice.
Yeah, and I want to eventually I want to pursue a modeling career and an acting career.
Oh, okay, so that's okay. So there's a purpose, a method to all this madness.
Yeah.
Okay. No, I mean. Don't want to sound like a stalker, but I run through my newsfeed every once in a while, and you pop up, and there's a pretty picture, and it's like, there's Haven, she's posing, she's got, she's rocking, and I'm like, don't take offense.
No, no.
Is she just self-absorbed, or is she really trying to do something? But no, that's fantastic. Do you have, are you doing this on your own, or so you got a photographer, or?
My friend Anthony, he takes my pictures.
He's helping you out.
Yeah, he's the one that takes all my photos.
That's good. Props to Anthony. I don't really know you, but thank you for doing that for Haley. Yeah, I mean that's cool. I didn't know that about you.
Yeah.
So, by chance you do any acting?
No, but I want to.
There is. I don't know how you are on Voices, but somebody had introduced me to a website. Oh gosh, and now I'm about to forget the name. But basically, I think it's called Background Services. They look for voiceover people.
Oh yeah.
And so I've done a smidge of that work. So like I said, and I'll give you the information when we get off camera here. But Haven, thank you for volunteering to be my new co-host.
No problem.
I really appreciate it. Guys, we're going to come right back. We're going to have local musician and guitarist And we just call him Archer. Lee Thain Archer, we just call him Archer, right back here on this edition of The Willis Show.
Oh, do I say my name too?
You can. What is
And Haven.
Yeah. There we go. All right, we're back on The Willis Show. Haven here with us as well. And sitting in between us, our special guest today, Mr. Lee Thain Archer, the lead guitarist, and sometimes rhythm, I guess, of Time and Pressure. Does a little background singing and stuff like that. Man, Archer's an interesting dude. I met him through their drummer, Mr. Jeff Looney, and man, he volunteered to come on here, and we're gonna talk a little music, and we're gonna promote some stuff, and hopefully we'll just sit back and have a little bit of fun with this. So, Arch, good to see you, man.
Nice seeing you too. You know? Yeah,
it's always nice seeing you.
Yeah.
We're not like that for each other, really. maybe me for him. But. So man, yeah. So you just came off some like a big flurry of shows there over the last weekend. I mean, I came to 2 of them.
Yeah, so. I play all the time, so sometimes it's kind of hard to like recall like which ones I did, or a lot of times I'm booked up a lot. Every weekend, and so I have to kind of look at my phone and remind myself, oh, I'm going to be there this weekend or what. But it's been great for me because once everything has opened up, and we've moved on from this pandemic thing slightly, like I've been staying busy as much as everybody else has, So, yeah, I've been having a lot of fun playing guitar with Time and Pressure, and what's been really great about that recently is going wireless and standing up on chairs.
Oh, man.
And hanging out with people out in the crowd. And I'm really liking that. I actually had been wireless before, but my wireless device had broken on me, and I went back to a cable, which I was like really sad about. But then I went back to being wireless, and that was great. And I've been having a lot of fun with that. And yeah, so there's been a bunch of shows. The last one we did was over at Trolley Pub.
That was a good one. Well, they've all been good, but that was a good one.
Right.
Yeah.
And we got another one coming up, so.
Okay, we'll get into that. Haven, do you find yourself having to keep a calendar now? Because I know I am so busy now.
No.
You don't keep a calendar.
I just go with it. I just go with
Haven
the flow.
just chills. She's like, hey man, he's like, ready to go out? Yeah, it's time to go.
Mm-hmm. all someone has to do is call me up. You want to go out tonight? Yep. I'm there.
so getting back over here to Archer. So yeah, man. So you said you have some stuff coming up now. Well, we'll promote that in a little bit. Man, you are like what I call. How can I say this? You're young, but you're like a classic Renaissance man. I mean, you've got a production studio. You produce videos. You're making music. You're a teacher. That's what, when I first met this guy, and you're talking about the wireless. So you're up on a speaker, and you've got this wire attached, and I'm thinking that dude, that guy needs to be a peacock. He needs to fly.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So when you got this wireless gig or this gimmick, and then all of a sudden he's everywhere, and I was like, my man is free. My man is free. So, yeah. So tell me a little bit about Archer Productions, man. What's going on with that?
So Archer Productions came about right after I graduated from Trident Technical College's film school, and I originally went to Trident Tech to learn how to make music videos, which now I do, but they trained me to be a guy that could be working on the film sets. Mm-hmm. So I know how to lay down track and green screens and put together cameras and lighting equipment. And so after I graduated around the time like the pandemic kind of hit and everything shut down. So I took the time to like really buy some equipment, like a nice camera, a nice set of lights, some audio equipment.
So this is a little more recent than I would have thought. Like,
yeah, it definitely is. And I while I've been doing that, I've been finding people to film. The people that I've been filming a lot lately is with Sean Kerr's The Heavy Metal Collective, also known as Carolina Strong Rock Benefit Shows. So I do all those metal bands. I've taken on some private clients that wanted to have like band, like demo reels, or press kit packages of sorts. And then I've been taking on some projects that I think are fun. And I needed an A-lister musician for my page.
Yeah.
And it turned out I messaged like 3 or 4 musicians, and it turned out to be like the only person that really responded back to me was Eddie Bush. And I've been hanging out with that guy a lot, and he's been a really great person to be my subject for. And he's also through this time we've actually become very good friends. And I value my friendship with that person, and I'm glad to have this circle of friends that are just great. And so with my production company, Archer Productions, I go out there and film, but I have to do it at a price, because it does take time out of my day to like edit something and put it together and make it look nice. And so most of my clients right now are a lot of musicians, because naturally those are the people I know and the people I hang out with. And I'd like to, with Archer Productions, not only to make a little bit of money for myself, but to use it as a conduit of positivity to help the people around me elevate themselves. And I just really would like it to be something for that. I haven't gotten anything like, real estate videos or anything like that.
Those might be coming though.
Right.
It's good. It's like Haven. I'm sorry to interrupt you, but like Haven likes to model. Like if she wanted to do a video or something and put a reel together, I mean that's right up his alley.
Oh,
yeah. Y'all need
so
to
do
talk.
you eventually want to like move out to like, I don't know how to put it, like to like famous people? Like do you eventually want to reach out to them?
I think that will come in time, and I think a lot of that will be based upon what my work looks like with the people that I'm using as my test subjects or people that I'm filming already. There's been people that I've reached out to that I haven't gotten an answer back from, but I'm sure over time the production company will give me access to those people. And I'd like to have access to those people because I'd like to be, able to say, hey, anytime you need a video or anytime you need something, let me know. Let's work something out. And it gives me a bit of a platform for my music stuff too, because then, maybe I want to produce something with my band with this person, or have that person be a guest on a recording or whatever it might be. And so Archer Productions is right now in its like slight infancy, but growing and blossoming into something. And I foresee at some point that there'll be probably more higher profile people in there, so we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, as the old man of the show, and I was gonna, while you two were talking, just popped into my head, and it's great advice. It's really great advice for anybody, but I learned it very well in the wrestling business. I would, Haven and yourself for this. Use your connections. Don't be afraid to reach out to people. I know. And I don't want to name drop. If I do name drop, watch your feet, because I'll probably drop a few names. But like, when I meet somebody like Gangrel, or somebody that's been in the WWE, or somebody like another guy I really like was Carlito. People like that. What's that?
You met him?
Oh yeah,
I do know him.
You do know Carlito.
I watched.
She knows a wrestler. Yes.
WWE like a long time ago.
Okay, so you know who Carlito is. So do you know who Masterpiece Chris Masters is?
No.
You don't know him. Okay. He's now Chris Adonis, but my point is, when you meet people like that and you get to talk to them and you get to hang and kind of pick their brain a little bit, don't be afraid to go back to those people and ask them questions, and those people might know people, and then that's how that's kind of how this show has evolved. Not just the dog video, but But me reaching out to other folks, and I'm gonna go back to music. You mentioned Eddie Bush. That guy's like I don't know how far out his spread is, but as far as Charleston area, that guy is a local legend. And I want to share a clip with my audience that you actually produced, and Eddie is the musician. Can we go ahead and drop that clip?
We both needed space, time we need to take. Now I'm left with my reflection. It's an empty space, a bed unmade. Did we lose connection? Please tell me we didn't come undone. You know I believe in our love. Take my heart when you go. Guess I didn't know how much love could leave you cold. Distance is so hard when you feel so far. My mistakes are all my own. Take my heart when you go. When you go. It's a weekend break, a temporary stay. Another morning without you beside me. And I get it all now. My part and I ain't proud. I know how it feels to be lonely. And please tell me we didn't come undone. You know I believe in our love. Take my heart when you go. 'Cause I didn't know how much love could leave you cold. Distance is so hard when you feel so far. My mistakes are all my own. Baby, you take my heart when you go. Oh, oh, oh. Love could leave you cold. Distance is so hard when you feel so far. My mistakes are all my own. Baby, you take my heart. Baby, you take my heart when you go. Baby, you take my heart when you go.
We're back from the clip, man. We got to watch it again. David, let's just go around the room and take thoughts on that.
The quality of the video was amazing, and the transitions that you did, it was really good.
Yeah, and I personally haven't seen Eddie perform in a while. So that was a kicker for me. And I'm just giving you your props, man. The lighting and the set was beautiful. And the other thing was, you were telling me off camera, and you can go ahead and spill the secret if you want to, of how you got the angles and all the transitions that you got.
Right. So I think for that particular clip right there, what was pretty awesome about it was that I brought my Panasonic camera, and I brought several GoPros. So, when I'm zooming in and out and I've got my camera and I'm moving, that's great. But I needed like other cameras around to have as stationary cameras, because when you're watching something on television or a music video or whatever it might be, like, you want to keep the viewer's attention.
Absolutely.
And sometimes you got to cut to a different angle so you can keep that attention. Sometimes you need another angle because you might have made a camera mistake and you want to cover it up with all that.
Oh yeah.
So I did that. So I planted all these GoPros around and got my Panasonic in there, and I got patched in with a microphone cable straight from the board. And for Eddie, it was merely just his vocals and his guitar.
Yeah.
And as far as lighting was concerned, that was all basically the Windjammers lighting that they already had there.
Oh, wow.
One of the things I had to do to fix the lighting in editing was to color correct and make sure that it matches, because sometimes when you use different cameras, it'll look brighter or a different color, and you got to fix that.
Yeah,
so
sometimes your white balance is off between cameras, and
right. So I had to do
took
that.
some of those courses.
And I really felt like that night when we did that over at the Windjammer, it was just like all the stars like really just aligned just right, because the sound guy I had there was able to get the sound coming in really nice. My camera angles were coming in really good, and my zooms, ins and outs were, just really nice. And the thing is too, is for that song, I'd actually been studying that song. I'd read the lyrics. I had already a kind of a vision in my mind on how it should go as far as a live performance. And when I was editing it, I like to bounce off ideas from the artist. So I would email Eddie, here's first draft, here's second draft, here's third draft. And I remember I made like a first draft, and Eddie was like, yo, you're cutting too fast to this, like, the other cameras. It's starting to seem really busy and distracting. And, sometimes the artist is right. And I said to myself, he's probably right about that. And he told me, he goes, that one Panasonic camera that you're zooming in and out, let that do a lot of the work, because a lot of it was really tastefully done as far as the zooms and everything. And I did, and shaved it down a little bit, and that's what it came about. And that video is now going to be on Low Country Live on ABC News 4.
That's great.
Premiering. And it's going to be really exciting for me, because I know Eddie's been on Low Country Live multiple times, but for me to have my work showcased on there and promote Archer Productions, that's really exciting for me.
Yeah, that's
and to have
big deal.
Have my community be able to see it. Now it'll be at 10 a.m. on a Tuesday. So whoever's not
DVR.
working that day.
Yeah, set your DVRs. Hopefully this will land. If it lands before that happens, I hope it does. But if it doesn't, we'll get the word out somehow.
Right. And if not, it'll be here on the Willis show.
There you go. Right on. Yeah, So we'll have the video regardless. Gosh, I was losing my train of thought. There was something I was going to ask you. Okay, we talked about Eddie, and we talked about Archer Productions. Haven, did you have anything else you wanted to ask him about the video before I transition?
I think you said that you've seen Eddie play before, right?
Yeah, a long time ago. I think I was 16. I think I
he's
was
been
16. Yeah, it was
I met him when I was
out in
20.
Bono on the water. But he was great then, because I went up and talked to him, because he was just so great. And I think I actually follow him on Facebook. I have him on
he's
Facebook.
a fantastic musician.
Yeah.
And I'll just drop some props for him. Eddie Bush, I'm sure he's on Facebook or whatever, and follow that guy as well. Let me do a transition here, because I don't know what our time is looking like, but I need to talk Time and Pressure.
Yes.
I really do. Just a little background, real quick. Jeff Looney, your drummer, has been a friend of mine for seems like ages, but it's probably been 10 years or so. And of course, Smokey's Place was the place that a lot of us meet. Tell me, how did that come together? Because for me, it just seemed like, hey, Jeff, we should do something. Okay, cool. Oh, I'm in this band now. And I'm like, well, thanks, buddy. No, I kid. I do kid a little bit. But, yeah, I always liked going to rock piles and blues jams and jamming with Jeff. And I sing a little bit, not anywhere near as good as J Pro, but, you know, we like to have fun. And it was good to see Jeff, like finally in a band. And in a band with like some cool folks. So you want to tell me a little bit about how that came together?
Well, I can only speak from my experience and how I got into it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, during that time when they asked me to do it, you know, I'm usually a guy that's playing in like 2 or 3 bands at one time.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, I had gotten to a point where I quit the bands that I was playing in. And there was a difference of opinion, and there was all kinds of different things that kind of catapulted me to that decision where I needed to leave those bands. And some for personal and some for professional reasons.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, I sat there and I looked at my phone, and J Pro messaged me, and she was like, you know, hey, I see you're not in a band at all. You know, would you like to come join Time and Pressure and come to a rehearsal? I said, sure. And I said, well, who are the other people in the band? And she was like, oh, Jeff Looney and Josh Spoon. I'm like, well, I already know those cats because I play with them at Rockpile, you know. So
you and Jennifer have known each other for a while, right? From what I understand, y'all have been friends for a while.
I didn't know her as friends really before the band.
Oh, I seem to think that y'all had... My bad.
I think she was looking for bandmates for a long time, and people that were dedicated bandmates. Mm-hmm. And I off and on, you know, talked to her on Facebook.
Right.
And I joined in, and I knew I wanted to play music because, like, when I got out of all those bands for personal and professional reasons. Mm-hmm. To a point where I couldn't do it anymore with those folks. Coming into Time and Pressure, it was good for me because, you know, I've done a lot of original material, I've done a lot of cover stuff, and to join Time and Pressure, this was a moment for me to say, well, I know I'm going to hate it being on the sidelines watching other people play when I know I'm good enough to play with other people. Mm-hmm. And
you've been playing since you were 15 years old.
Right.
Oh, yeah. Wow.
And so I took it upon myself to give it a try, give it a shot, and it's been one of those things where it's been a learning experience for me to learn new songs and how to play with a rhythm guitar player or rhythm player, you know, because I was always this guy that really didn't want to play with like another rhythm guitarist, but after joining
Maniac. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, right. Like Mick Mars from Motley Crue. Like, I'm the only one. But it turned out that, you know, for Time and Pressure, a lot of the bands that I was in before, I was always kind of like a chief or an Indian or an organizer or something. And I gotten so kind of fed up with like the stuff that I was doing before with these other bands that I looked at Jennifer and I was like, you know what? You just tell me what songs are playing and what time we're practicing and where I need to be at. And that's all I need. All I really want to worry about.
I just want to play. Yeah.
Yeah. And, you know, for her, she was kind of organizing the ensemble of players.
She's
there.
good at that too. She's very organized.
I was a little weird about it at first, but then I warmed up to the idea, and I'm like, you know what, this actually sounds pretty good, and it frees me up to do things like get on chairs and bar stools, speakers, you know,
with people.
Somebody can back me up while I'm climbing up, getting ready to go and do this thing, you know. So it allows me to become a performer a bit, and. But yeah, so that's how I came upon Time and Pressure, and it's been a great thing for me. We've got one song that's an original song that's in the works.
Oh wow! Oh, okay.
So
that's a scoop. Did not know about that. Yeah. So like I said, TNP, and you haven't seen them, have you?
I've probably seen them like once or twice.
Yeah. You need to watch them some more.
Because I didn't go to Smokies that much.
Yeah, that's
I
true.
only came out
yeah.
every once in a while.
Yeah. Well, next time you get out with your friends, you need to go see a TMP. And a TMP show. It's good. I promise you, it's good. And here's the thing for me, because now I've gotten to know all you guys. Man, the other night at Trolley, when I got to play hype man for you guys and introduce y'all, that was just a blast for me. And that comes from my like old ring announcer days and stuff like that in the wrestling business. And it had been a minute. And I know I'm kind of going off sidebar here. Ironically, just the other day, I got asked to MC a wrestling event that's coming up in May, and I'll promote that more on the show later on. Let's go, because I want to do these transitions real quickly because I want people to get to know you as best they can. Bach to rock. That's something that you do. You teach. You not only perform, you not only produce videos and edit and do all that video production stuff and all that. You're a teacher.
Yes. Yes. I've been teaching professionally now for a decade.
Mm-hmm.
And it was something that I was really good at. It was something that I had good people skills. I had good interpersonal communication skills. And for me, what it does is it gives me an outlet to do something positive. Because a lot of times when students come to you and they want to learn music, you might be actually the only musician that they've ever sat down and talked to and hung out with.
That's true. Yeah.
And you got to provide that positive experience of letting them know, hey, you can do anything that you set your mind to and you practice towards. One thing I try to let my students know that a great music teacher taught me was that nothing in life is ever really hard. It's just unfamiliar. So when you try this instrument and you say it's hard, it's actually not really hard. You're just not familiar with it yet. And the more and more you play with this instrument and the more you get good at it, the more you become familiar. And I teach all ages. Bach to Rock is a franchise. It's in Mount Pleasant. It's off.
So is it kids only 18 and under, or I mean, like some old guy geezer like me walks in and you can teach me, or no?
It's all ages, and in fact, my most senior student I have right now is John Price from John Price Law Firm.
Oh, no kid! Oh, yeah.
And he just comes in and sings, and I think it's more of like a kind of a rehearsal than it is.
Than a lesson.
Yeah. But yeah, so anybody can come. We do individual lessons. We do early childhood stuff. We also do like full band stuff, and that's really important because I wish I had an instructor at the time that said, this is what it means to play in a band. This is what it means to be part of a team. This is what it means to set up something bigger than yourself and do something cool. And so, yes, I've been teaching for a decade. Bach to Rock is a franchise. They have a bunch of them all around the country. It's the first franchise music school I've ever been part of. Very high tech. Everything as far as your homework and what you're working on is on a tablet and all that stuff. And it's a great experience. So if you want a positive learning experience where you can come and no previous knowledge is necessary, then come down to Bach to Rock, visit me. I'm there Monday through Friday, and I'm the head teacher over there. I don't own the place, but I got the most students over there, and I try to keep myself busy.
So for anybody locally watching this, and like we said, we got viewers all around, but what's the address over there?
So
Mount Pleasant, right?
As far as the exact number address, I can't do it off the top of my head. But what I will say is it's in the right.
Come on, man.
It's off of Long Point Road.
There you go.
In Mount Pleasant, in the Bell Hall Shopping Center, next to Dog and Duck.
Oh,
Okay, there you go.
I know where
Yeah.
it's at. Okay.
Yeah, and like some other shops that are right nearby are Wonderworks and the toy store and everything. And
Okay, so if you're familiar with Mount Pleasant, you can find it. We just didn't have an exact street number. Wow, man. Archer, this was fun, dude. And I feel like just knowing what I know about you, this could easily go into a part 2. And we might can schedule that down the road. Time and pressure, look for him out on the local scene, the low country scene here in Charleston, Somerville, Berkeley, all that fun stuff. Haven, thank you again for sitting in with us,
No problem.
being my new co-host, and that's going to do it for this edition of the Willis Show. Stay tuned to this channel because we have a lot of stuff coming up. I have Prince Nana Part 2 is coming. Everybody that enjoyed that interview will want to stay tuned here. We'll catch up with Prince Nana. We haven't talked to him since October, and see what he's doing. And then also I have a gentleman that is a local poet who goes to some open mic stuff, and he's become very passionate about his poetry. So we'll talk to his name is Brian. We'll talk to him down the road. And you never know who's going to show up on this show. Archer, man, thank you, brother.
Thank you.
It was a pleasure. Thanks for being on. And that's it from the Willis Show for this week. Until next time, take care, everybody in YouTube land.